Hello again. Well, this is another of my new old stock things, and this is a headphone, and this was actually in the Museum of Modern Art back in the 1980s. It was kind of a design icon, and I got this for $29.95 delivered with a free gift, and the free gift was this Mophie power capsule, which I haven't opened yet, but I will at some point. And not only was it delivered, but it was delivered by DPD, which I always try to use because they kind of give you a very precise 1 hour time slot. And it's usually between 11:13 and 12:13 or something, and they always deliver it and hand it to me, as opposed to certain other courier companies who've kind of drop kicked it over the fence. Anyway, so the headphones are these, and these are the Bang and Olufsen Form 2s, and these originally retailed, I think, for $129, which is about £100. And when they came in this box, and it says Bang Olufsen, country of origin Japan, and I thought, well, doesn't seem like a Bang and Olufsen box to me. And then I looked at the side here, and what it says is that it's got the 12 months guarantee, and if you purchased it from an airline, and there's this writing up here which I found out using my Google Translate app is Korean, and this seems to be given away by a Korean airline, and I wonder if the first class passengers, instead of getting the rubbish headphones, got some of these. So there we are. So I think Bang & Olufsen, properly made design icon. So the next thing I did was have a listen to them and compare them to what I thought would be a kind of a standard $129, £100 headphone now. And the ones I used are these, my Grado SR80Es, which you've now been superseded. And I listened to a couple of tracks. The first thing I listened to was the Dead 60s album. Now, I don't know if you know, the Dead 60s is kind of a British ska punk band, and I kind of think the most famous track was Riot Radio, which is on some film or other. I can't remember now. And what I noticed was, these had much better bass than the Bang Olufsens, and they also have far more punchy sound, and I think that suits these. The Grado suited these quite well. Changing sort of a mood of me, I listened to possibly my favourite album ever, which is Hejira by Joni Mitchell, and on tracks like Blue Motel Moon, again, I noticed the bass was much better on these, and you could hear Jaco Pastoris's bass seemed much more rounded, and the soundstage was wider, and you could sort of place the instruments better on the Grado than the Bang & Olufsen. But it wasn't all actually one-way traffic. So I also listened to this album, St. Jude's Diary of a Soul Fiend, and they're kind of a bit sort of bluesy, and it's got some piano on this. It's quite subtle, and I thought that was actually easier to hear on the Bang & Olufsens than the Grados. Other advantages of the Bang & Olufsens were that the noise isolation was much better. Now, having said that, I'm not sure, these would be great on an airline when they gave them away. Perhaps I think these initially came out in the 1980s, and they made them for about 30 years in various forms. So presumably, back in those days, they didn't have noise cancellations. So yes, they start off in the 1980s, and I think in about the 2010 or something, they brought out a Form 2i, which had a volume control for iPods and iPhones. So it wasn't all one-way traffic, and I have to say, for $29.99 delivered, I was quite pleased with them if I could wear the things for a long time. And this is the big problem with these. These are incredibly, I found it, uncomfortable to wear after about half an hour. And the reason is the clamping force. And I think that comes down to being stuck in this box for a while, because you know they were kind of obviously shoehorned in there. And if you look at how this seems to be kind of metal. And I know this isn't the correct box because some years ago I bought these headphones, and these were in a proper kind of big plush Bang and Olufsen box, I remember. And if you look at the clamping force on them and compare it to the clamping force on this, it's, you know, 4 or 5 times as much. And I did kind of wonder about giving it a bit of a stretch, but I'm not sure it would take it. So what I've been doing is I've got a, you know, sort of a headphone stand. I've been sticking on that to hopefully lessen it, but it hasn't worked as yet. So overall, you know, if I can get these to, you know, reduce the clamping force a bit, I think they'd be pretty much a bargain for $29.99 delivered with the free gift. I remember someone saying if you're looking kind of Bang and Olufsen average stuff, you know, sound quality is about half the price of in Bang & Olufsen as you would get. And certainly, you know, I preferred the Grados. And if someone gave me £100 to spend on both of these when they were new, you know, these and whatever the previous the Grados were, you know, I'd definitely go for the Grados. I'm not sure I'd call these an audiophile. I may do these, whatever audiophile is. So, to sum up then, $29.95 delivered with a free gift, you know, proper design, icon, prestige make, okay, if I can sort out the pressure. Oh, the other thing to say about them is these I said I've had these now for a couple of years. I think I bought them and they were about £40 a couple of, possibly much as 10, 15 years ago now. And I got these, I think, when they were being discontinued, and I got them in Trago Mills. And I don't know if any of you know the Southwestern Trago Mills. It's not the first place you go to get Bang and Olufsen headphones. Anyway, so I've had these for this time, and these pads do decompose after a bit of a while, so you have to keep buying them. But you know, they're plenty of eBay and they're cheap. So there we go. So $29.95 plus free gift, delivered, design icon, premium brand, good deal if I can sort out the clamping force. Thanks for watching.